Welcome to the cab of our 2003 Dodge Sprinter van. We purchased this van on Facebook Marketplace from a private seller for $6,000 and have since converted it into our tiny house on wheels. We haven't done a whole lot of modifying up here. I'll show you guys a couple of things that we've added. There is quite a bit of extra storage up here, so let me give you guys a look around. I've got my sunglasses out still from when we were in Florida a couple of weeks ago, as well as a little Christmas touch that I found at the dollar store. The first thing that we added to the cab of the van was a backup camera. Our van is a little bit longer than the standard wheelbase. It's the only way that I will drive the van. It gives us a lot more visibility when we're backing up. And lastly, we added a shoe rack. So for right now, this has been working great. But coming up here soon, we're planning on building a couple of more things into our cab space. But my favorite part of the entire van build is this right here, our retainer wall and our pocket door setup. On this side, we left the plywood unfinished, but on the other side, a beautiful tiny home. Welcome to my tiny home. If you guys are new here, my name is Tori and my husband Josh and I live full-time in this self-converted tiny home on wheels. I am doing 2 uploads every week, all December long, and we're getting super festive, and I would love for you to hit that subscribe button. The first van tour I filmed was actually my second YouTube video I ever made, and I really don't think I did this beautiful build justice. So now that we have a few more videos under our belt, I wanted to make a festive van tour for you guys, and I'm so excited to show you guys around. So let's start in the entryway here. If you are like most of our house guests, you have probably entered through the sliding door, but us full-time residents often use this beautiful pink pocket door. We've loved having the pocket door in this van build. It makes it feel so much more private, and it allows us to stealth camp much more easily. Next to the pocket door, we have our coat rack. We thought this was a really good spot for this, right by both entry points. There's usually a lot more going on here in the winter months than there is in the summer, so right now we've got all of our winter coats and scarves out. And right below our coat rack is Haley's food bowl. We wanted to make sure that we gave her a lot of space around her food bowl so that she could enjoy her dinners just like we enjoy ours. Moving on to the kitchen space. This is one of my favorite rooms in the house. I absolutely love cooking, and I think this is probably the prettiest kitchen I've had in my adult life, and I'm so thrilled with how it turned out. So we'll start with these beautiful butcher block countertops that we added to this van. I love the warm stain. It adds a very farmhouse look to the van that I really love. And in those butcher block countertops is my sink. I went with a little bit bigger sink in this van, and I also went with a deeper sink. We don't always want to wash all of our dishes before traveling, so being able to throw a plate or two in the sink and have it make it to our next destination safely was really important, and we've loved having the bigger sink. We also do have a faucet and running water. We have a water pump underneath the sink here. Turn that on, and we have running water in the van. It's a little noisy though. And to save water, to be honest with you, most of the water that we use comes out of the spray bottle. This is a little van life trick that Josh and I have picked up over the years. This saves us a lot of water, and it's super handy to have. So we keep that stored right here next to our paper towels. Next to that, I've got my spice rack. I thought this was a really good spot for this, right next to the stove, so all of my spices are really easy to access while I'm cooking. Next up is the backsplash. We actually went with a peel and stick tile backsplash in this build. I really love the pop of color that it adds. Next to my sink, I have a 2-burner built-in cooktop. Like I said, I really love cooking, so it was really important to me that I had a kitchen that functioned just like a kitchen in a regular home. Having the cooktop built into the counters was something that was super high on my priority list, and I absolutely love the way that it looks, and it cooks up some delicious meals for us. Here on the wall, I have my strainer and some hot pads hung. Just a couple of things that I use pretty often that we didn't have space for in our drawers. So moving on to our upper cabinets. Up here, we just store all of our coffee, and our plates, cups, odds and ends, things like that are all up here. Inside the cabinet door, as well as on the face of the cabinet, we have magnetic locks, so all of our things are nice and secure while we drive. Next up is our cutlery drawer. Again, super nice, easy, and convenient for cooking. And this this middle drawer here we have pots, pans, cutting boards, tin foil, and a couple pieces of Tupperware. And in this bottom drawer here, condiments, extra seasonings, spices, and sauces that I didn't have room for on my spice rack. We call that drawer our pantry. Another really important part of this kitchen is the vent fan that we have installed. We actually have 2 of these fans in our van build. We also have one in the back of the van above our bed, and these allow us to create really good airflow, help us reduce condensation, and keep the van from feeling stuffy. Moving along to underneath the sink, we've got a couple of more pantry items and our trash can tucked underneath here, and back in the back corner, nice and secured, is our propane tank. And in these next cabinets here, we keep all of our toiletries, my makeup bag, jewelry, toothbrushes and toothpaste, all of those kinds of things. And I even added a small mirror on the inside of the cabinet here. Granted, I don't really use it that much. I use the compact mirror for my makeup for most things, but just in case, I have this added here. Over here we have cleaning supplies, some things for Haley. We keep everything nice and organized in these little baskets so that it's easy to get to. This is kind of a junk drawer. We keep all of our loose cords, headphones, tools, scissors, things like that in here. This middle drawer is some of my clothes. I've got baskets underneath this scarf and all of my clothes folded underneath this extra pair of sweatpants and an extra beanie. And in this last drawer we have some more winter gear, hats, scarves, gloves, things like that. Next up is the newest addition to our van, our new fridge. This baby right here is the Dometic CC32 cooler. We have installed that on slides here underneath the countertops. We're really loving having the slide out fridge instead of the front open fridge. It saves us a lot of space and it's super efficient and it fits into the space perfectly. And we have some extra food storage space or another little pantry space. Tucked behind this pillow here, we've allowed some room for our fridge to vent. So far, this cooler's been super energy efficient and we really love having it. Another thing that we've really been loving about having the slide out fridge is that underneath we had a little bit of extra space after installing the sliders. So we used this area to store all of our microfiber towels for dishwashing, spare rolls of paper towels, and spare rolls of toilet paper. This has been a great space saver. It's not something that I've ever seen before and I think it was a really efficient use of space. Kudos to Josh on the design on that one. We've really been loving that addition. Welcome to the back half of the van. This is our living room, our dining room, our bedroom, and our closet all in one. So I thought we could start with the closets. These 2 cabinets here are my closet and this back cabinet is Josh's closet. So we use some cubes to help keep everything organized. These help us make the most efficient use of the small closet space that we have in the van. Josh was very generous and let me have 2 cabinets because I just couldn't quite fit all my clothes into one. And in case we have an extra guest over for dinner or Haley is hogging up all the space on the couch like she is right now, we bought this extra cushion that's allowed us to have extra seating around the table. It feels a lot more spacious and we're able to host more people in here. Not that we've been able to do so this year, unfortunately, but I love hosting and this was something really important to us in our home long term. But when the table's not in use, we really enjoy being able to put it away. It stores safely behind the couch cushions here, and the table mount stores underneath the bed. We get to enjoy all of this extra floor space and kick up our feet and really enjoy our living room space. In this build, instead of doing the 2 benches in the back that create the bed, we went for 1 bench being the couch and 1 bench, which my feet are currently propped up on, being our laundry basket. This allowed us to have a little bit wider of a floor space in our van, which was really important to us. Having 2 people and 1 dog in here, it can get pretty crowded, so this extra floor space is crucial. Since we're talking about the couch, the cushions that make up the couch are made of 4-inch thick foam. I upholstered these cushions myself to save us a bit of money. These couch cushions also function as our mattress. Having comfortable cushions that make up our couch and a comfortable mattress were super important since we do live in this van full time and we want our home to be as comfortable and cozy as possible. I went ahead and used actual upholstery fabric for these cushions so they're a little bit more durable and they've held up really nice to all the wear and tear of having 2 people and a dog in a van. And the last little bit of the house that I wanted to show you guys is right back over by the front door. We've installed quite a few hooks on this wall, as well as the shelf right now being used for some Christmas decorations, a nomad sign. That was one of the first pieces of decor that I bought for the van. We also have our light switches for our under cabinet lights and our main lights over here. Haley's tiny stocking. We keep our Mr. Buddy heater in the winter over here on the top of this bench as well. We really love having these hooks installed. Because we don't shower in the van, we often have to take a shower bag to and from, so it's really great to keep all of those things ready to grab. I also keep my computer bag here, again for the same reason. It just makes it super easily accessible, and we found this to be better storage space than cabinetry over here. It really opens the space up, and it has a lot of utility for us to be able to keep our backpacks here. And down in this bench here, we keep all of our electrical setup. We have a 200 and a 100 amp hour battery stored in here. Running off of our battery bank, we have a fuse box, and we also have a 750 watt inverter in here. This gives us easy access to our electrical system in case anything needs fixed or goes wrong. This also keeps all of our electronics safe and secure. We have 300 watts of solar panels mounted on our roof, and this system makes our van fully off-grid, and we couldn't be happier. We bought all of our solar products from Renogy. I will link that company in the description box below. We've used their solar systems for 2 van builds now, and I highly recommend them if you are interested in an off-grid solar setup for a van.
Are you comfy?
Thank you so much for touring my tiny home today. I hope you enjoyed the little bit of Christmas flair I threw on this video. We do not have a toilet or a shower in this build. We designed this build prior to the pandemic, and the availability of public restrooms and showers has changed this year. So those are some things we may have done differently, but hindsight is 2020, and we are so happy with how our tiny home turned out. Unfortunately, we haven't been able to invite too many people to tour our tiny home this year, so I had a really nice time having you guys over this evening. I hope you guys enjoyed it as well, and I will see you guys on Wednesday. Look. 2 uploads every week, all we bought all of our solar projects. We brought
Santa, I've been good this year. Make your list and check it twice. I'll leave you a note right here underneath the Christmas lights.
Thank you so much for touring. Thank you for so much. But other than that, not a haul. But other than that, oh my god.
Hi, baby.